2009 on an 09 Jaguar XJR. This one, as you can see, looks slightly different from your standard car. Sold new in Japan in 2009. It was imported into the UK in 2022. Usually you'll find with the Japanese cars, they don't see a lot of salt or as bad weather, so they tend to be a lot better underneath, which we'll show you in a second. But you do find quite often that they like a high quality mod or two. So this one has a kit on it called the Black Bison by an aftermarket company called Wald. Really popular in Japan or the US. Very well regarded for their quality. Not your sort of usual cheap eBay specials. The Black Bison kit includes this bumper, which has got these lower dams, daytime running lights, slightly more aggressive looking than the standard car. They also have these really sharp looking Wald split rims. The side skirts there, which you can see sort of kick out at the bottom a bit more than the normal car. LED side lights in the indicators. I believe those wheels were staggered fitment. We'll look as we go around as well. This small boot lip spoiler, the badging, so Wald on the left, Black Bison on the right. And then this back bumper, which is, again, slightly more aggressive. It's got those stainless steel tips. They're not very loud or shouty or anything like that. They're just sort of accentuating that supercharged V8 noise. But again, like I say, those Wald kits are very expensive. You see them on Lexuses, Mercedes, Jags. Like I say, an expensive kit, really quite sought after, especially in the States and Japan. So we'll start with having a look at the bodywork, and then we'll move on to the interior. It's the best spec XJR I think I've ever seen. And then we'll go for a cold engine startup. This car was actually driven to us from Sheffield as well. So a good 3 hours up the road. It's always good. Right, starting on this driver's side, if we look down the side, you can see it's lovely and straight all the way down there. It's not full of ripples or filler or dents or anything like that. A couple of very faint scratches just there on the front driver's wing. The arch is lovely and sharp all the way around. You won't find any rust on it with it being an X350. It's aluminium, but we will look out for aluminium rash or alley rash if you like. But like I say, no rust to worry about. The wheels, the bezels could do with a good polish. They're ever so slightly milky. The satin centre sections are in lovely condition, and they're on 4 decent tyres all around. You can see that caliper's lovely and clean in there as well. It's got a nice sharp look with sort of satin black and the gold R caliper behind there. Coming down this side, we've got a little bit of a mark on the sill there, just sort of a scrape or a scratch or something like that. But the rest of that kit is all lovely, which is important because that would be quite an expensive thing to replace. All nice around the gill section here. No sign of any stone chips coming up the A-pillar. A little bit of sort of drying out in the glue on the window there, which is quite common in the cars from Japan. Nothing at all to worry about down the bottom where they normally delaminate and spider up. Sunroof on this one as well, which is quite rare on this shape XJR. Rest of the roof lovely and straight and tidy. Front windows are clear, no tint on those. As you can see, back windows are quite dark, which again is quite common for Japan, especially on these sort of luxury saloon cars. Really nice and clean coming down that passenger door. Again, if we look up that side, you can see super straight all the way up. All nice round the rear arch. No sign of any stone chips eating away at the back of the arch there, which is quite common on these things, but that one's all good. Another good wheel and tyre. Round on the back, the taillights are like a darker, standard taillight with a darker tint to them. I would imagine that's probably quite easy to remove if you wanted to. Wald badging on the left there, like I mentioned, and then your Black Bison badge on the right. Being the later car, it's got the slightly different boot lid, so they're the facelift car with a longer boot lid strike, and the slightly different front grille, things like that. Exhausts are lovely and clean, all stamped up. No sign of any marks, they're not sitting off wonky or anything like that. Coming around on the passenger side again, up this side, lovely and straight all the way up. No sign of any marks on the rear corner here. Again, this arch clean all the way around, no stone chips in the usual spots. With a good wheel and tyre. You notice around the rear screen, that's all nice as well. It makes for a bit of a boring video, but it is a particularly nice, tidy car. Lovely and clean coming down this passenger side. Same story with the tints, dark on the back, light on the front, or no tint on the front if you like. And continuing our way up, there's no sign of any marks here. It actually has the camera system for the blind spot monitoring as well, which I don't think I've ever seen on a UK car. Really good coming up the front here again, nice and tidy inside that arch, and another good wheel and tyre. Round on the front, we have a couple of sort of bird pooey marks here. So there's one there, there's another one a bit further back. The bonnet could do with a good polisher to get rid of those. All the headlights are lovely and clear. You've got those additional daytime running lights, which are a nice touch as well. So overall, bodywork wise, really lovely condition. Moving on to the interior. And again, I don't think I've seen this wood trim on a UK car before. It's a really nice, quality looking wood. Obviously, a lot of the UK cars got much darker wood. Passenger driver's seat, tiny little bit of ingrained dirt down the bottom there, but other than that, all good. Nice dark carpet set. Headlining's lovely and tidy. A little bit of a sag to the back, but it's Jaguar, so that's always going to happen, isn't it? Generally pretty good. No real wear at all to the steering wheel, that's all nice. 60,000 kilometers, we'll translate that into miles and put it in the description, but that is nice and low. It has the larger nav unit with a reversing camera. Spec-wise, it's kind of ridiculous. You've got heated seats and ventilated seats. I can't remember ever seeing ventilated seats on a UK car. The adaptive cruise. We've got blind spot monitoring in here, valet mode. It's got this upgraded mirror, which is just sitting on the standard one, so you can remove it. So that'll have extra cameras and things in that. Other than that, lovely and clean and tidy in there. It does have, obviously, your electric seats, electric mirrors, electric windows, all the stuff you'd expect as well. And it does look to have, and we'll double check, yeah, it's got the Alpine audio upgrade as well. Really nice and clean, all the door shuts. It's had these nice funky mats down what looks to be the whole time, because underneath it is like brand new. Backs of the seats are lovely. The rear seats in the back, all very nice and tidy. It's got heated rear seats again, which again is not something I've seen in the UK. And we'll double check, but it might even be a long wheelbase. I think it's standard wheelbase, but we will double check and point that out. We'll hit the button for the boot. Into the boot. A little bit of marking on the carpet there. It's had some sort of something in there that sort of give it a mark, so a good shampoo wouldn't hit in there. In the boot, all nice and dry. There's no sign of any trapped moisture. You've got your space saver wheel and what looks to be a nice new battery. Normally when they come on the boat from Japan, they'll end up with a new battery because they'll die while they sit on the boat. Soft close on in the rear or in the boot. Nice and tidy in this rear door card. I did notice it's got the manual blinds to the sides, and then you've got your electric blind in the back as well. Lovely and clean on this side as well. There's no nasty smells in here, signs of any trapped moisture, anything like that. And then front passenger side again, lovely and clean on the door card. Really nice on that wood. Passenger seat shows no real signs of any wear at all. Could do with a decent clean, obviously, just to bring it back to being perfect. Pop that boot open bonnet open while we're here. And then under the bonnet, you've got that 4.2 litre supercharged V8. If you've driven one of these before, you'll know they are particularly quick. All nice and clean in here. It is worth pointing out the rams are a bit soft by the looks of things. So potentially you could do with a couple of rams. All good in this. We'll pop that shut rather than it slamming itself down. And we'll fire it up. Like I say, stone cold, but it was driven to us from Sheffield a couple of days ago. Fires up on the button. Nothing nasty coming out the back. And actually it seems kind of ironic saying it about a Jaguar, but these 4.2 supercharged are a particularly reliable engine. Nice and smooth under there. So there you have it. Quite a special Japanese import XJR, nice low mileage with the Wald Black Bison kit. Any questions at all, please get in touch. Thank you.